What if Deku was One Punch Man, Part 2? So, hope you guys did enjoy the last part. And where I left off, Deku and Genos walked to a supermarket because it was a sale right after the entrance exam. So, 2 weeks later, Deku and Genos are still training when they both receive a letter saying that they passed, with Genos in second place while Deku is in first place. So basically, they go to UA 2 days later, as it is now the first day of school. Once they get there, Deku opens up the door. He's like, oh god, Bakugo. As Bakugo charges up at Deku, and Deku's like, what do you want, Bakugo? And he's like, Deku, how the hell did a quirkless loser like you get it here? And Deku's just like, I don't know. How'd you get in here? And this just pisses him off more. Only for Aizawa to come in and says, if you're here to make friends, leave. So he tells them to put the gym uniforms on and they go outside. Now, when they're outside, he throws the ball to Izuku and says, you scored first on the entrance exam. Show me what you got. As Deku just looks at the ball, and then he gets in a pitcher's position and just chucks the ball, and it just goes into orbit. He's like, didn't think I'd do that. As Deku is just celebrating that he threw a ball into orbit. Just kidding. Well, so basically he gets into a pitcher's position and he throws the ball and it makes a hole in the moon. Everyone is just shocked how Deku just threw a ball into the moon. All of them have their mouths agape when Bakugo charges up at him. And he's like, Deku, what the hell was that? Were you hiding a cork all along? And I'm going to say Bakugo was in front of the forest, so Deku just gets ready to punch him. And I was like, I'm just going to watch this play out. So Deku goes to punch him, and Bakugo's just staring at it horrified, as the only word he can see is die. He just keeps hearing die, 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 as this punch is coming at him, only for Deku to stop inches away from his face. 2 inches away from his face. And there's massive wind currents. And when he looks behind him, he sees the entire forest is gone. The entire forest is just obliterated. That's when Deku's just like, you shouldn't mess with me, Bakugo. As Bakugo goes, he gets 705 or whatever meters. And then Genos, I'm just going to keep saying Genos. Female Genos, basically, if you guys didn't watch last part. Female Genos takes the ball and just yells incinerate, chucking the ball. And it's basically the same as Bakugo, but it goes twice as long. That's when Bakugo runs at her, how the hell did you get farther than me, robo bitch? As Deku just chops his neck. He's like, I think you guys should thank me for that. He's some anger issues. So Deku just walks away. And time skip to after that. Deku's clearly in first. Push-ups, he was doing them so fast he had to ask to stop. Same with sit-ups. He could run for ever. He broke the grip machine. He broke the punching machine. So now, Deku and Genos are walking home, just happy about the day. I think that was pretty good, As Deku's just nodding. It's it's a pretty good day. I wonder what we're gonna do tomorrow. So they go back to the supermarket checking for any sales. Like, yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to say that a lot, but maybe. So, Deku and them go to school the next day, only to find out in the hero course they're doing hero versus villains. They got all dressed up into their hero costume, which Deku is the one on the thumbnail, or you guys can see it, the picture. That's Deku's hero costume. Deku walks out, and now, like, Deku, and now they go only to find out, doing the raffles, Deku and Genos are together against Bakugo and Ida. Deku's like, time to show Bakugo. Maybe Bakugo can give me a fight. Yeah, sure. As he starts walking to where Bakugo would be. Or he starts walking, their heroes, Bakugo and Ida are villains. As Deku takes a spot, he gets in a fighting position, and Genos is just like looking at him like, huh? As soon as All Might says go, Deku just runs in, only to see that Bakugo also ran after Deku. So Deku is just like, I was expecting this. His Deku just started sidestepping. He starts sidestepping, only to appear right in front of Bakugo and do the same thing, but with the less powerful punch, only for him to stop, this time an inch away from his face, destroying all two levels, like the bottom two levels of the building, and also half of the city. When that happens, all the support beams are gone. Bakugo just gets knocked out from fear, and Deku asks Genos to come get Bakugo, as Deku is lifting up the third and fourth floor, as Deku just lightly puts it down and just walks into the third and fourth floor with Genos. When they're going there, they find the bomb on the fourth floor, and Ida's trying to get Bakugo to come and up there, and Deku's like, should be easy. Alright, Genos, I'm gonna let you take care of this. And she's like, yes, master. He's like, can you stop calling me master? My name's Izuku. And he's like, yes, Izuku. As she charges at Ida, putting her hands together and saying incinerate, and sends a massive explosion at Ida. He's like, oh, no. As Deku jumps behind Ida and hits the bomb and jumps over the explosion. And he's like, good work. As they walk out. And Deku's like, alright, that was pretty fun. So everyone does the same thing, and they get to go home, being informed that the USJ they're going to tomorrow. So, what do? Deku and Genos just go home, not doing anything. And then once they get back, they end up getting on the bus in their hero costumes. Deku's still intact. And now, since they're in their hero costumes, they're going to the USJ, they're on the bus. And the class president, Deku, is voted first, and then Momo comes second, and Deku's just like, yeah, nah. Ida's the class president now, as he just walks to his seat next to Genos. So, once they get to the USJ, Deku's just staring like not even listening, and he's like, "Hey, what's that portal thing over there? Those villains?" "Yeah, those are villains. You guys should probably take care of that. Do you want me to? I can do it in one punch." And that's when Geno steps up and says, "Master, or Izuku, let me take care of this." He's like, "Alright, Genos, go get him." As Genos jumps down there, like, I saw was just like, what just happened? As Genos starts taking down villain after villain, like yelling, "Incinerate," destroying a bunch of villains. And that's when Shigaraki comes out of it to see all the villains down, and he's like, "What the heck? Nomu, kill that brat!" As the Nomu charges at he charges at Genos, and Genos says "Incinerate," sending a massive explosion towards the Nomu, only to see that the Nomu has a couple scratches that just disappear, and she's like, I'm gonna have to use some technique here. As Genos basically starts flying like with explosions in the bottom of her feet, and she says "Incinerate," and just keeps doing that all over the Nomu's body, only to find that the top half is missing, and it just regenerates. And then the Nomu comes up and just punches Genos, sending Genos flying into a wall, just like barely not knocking her out. And Deku just jumps over and like crouches down and says, "You need any help, Genos?" "Alright." As Deku just cracks his fingers and he yells at Shigaraki, "This better be a good fight." As Deku jumps straight at the Nomu. And I got a comment saying that One Punch Man doesn't have not so serious punches, so I'm just gonna make it up. He is not so serious punches, normal, semi-normal punches, normal punches, semi-serious punch, and serious punch, and serious punch. I don't know. So Deku goes up and says, "Semi-normal punch." As Deku just, or semi, not so serious punch, as he just punches the Nomu, only to see that the top half is just gone. And Deku's just like, one punch, huh? As it regenerates, and he's like, "Oh, now I can actually punch you harder than I want. This should be a good fight." As the Nomu just runs at him and just starts punching Deku, and Shigaraki's like, "Heh, stupid brat." And like the smoke, there's a bunch of like dust. There's a dust cloud, and like all the classmates are yelling, "Izuku!" Only for the dust to clear, for Deku just to be standing there, like with his hand up blocking a punch, as he lifts it up and says, "Normal punch," and just punches the Nomu in the head, just making it disappear, only for there to be one finger left, and it slowly starts regenerating. He's like, "Damn, I think I'm gonna do my full power punch on this. Maybe just to test it. Maybe this can be a good fight against All Might." As the Nomu regenerates, only for Deku to say, "Serious punch." As the Nomu sees this punch coming, and it just gets scared. It just gets scared. It gets scared as hell. As it it's gone. Once the dust clears of the punch, like the massive wind, half of the dome of the USJ is missing, half the forest behind it is missing, only to reveal Nomu nowhere to be found. Shigaraki's like, "Wait, that Nomu was supposed to be All Might. Has All Might level strength. Just a child beaten? You're a cheater." And that's when Deku's like, "That's All Might level strength? I'm not going to be able to have a good fight against him? No! Is Deku's like touching the ground, like pissed off. And Shigaraki and Kurogiri are just kind of confused, but they end up leaving. So, hope you guys did enjoy What If Deku Was One Punch Man Part 2. See ya, guys. Bye.